Hello and welcome back to Altcoin Buzz. It's me, Jimbo, back for another market update. In today's video, we're going to round up the Bitcoin technical analysis. There's something on the 3-day chart which could be very significant, potentially a big bearish sign. You're definitely going to want to stick around and check that out. We're going to round up our 3 altcoins of the week, which are Link, Quant and Ethereum, and see how their charts have been playing out. Also, we've had a big bit of news in the world of oil this week, and we're going to have a look and see what impact that's had on the price. If you enjoy this content, please slap a like on the video. It helps us get it to as many people as possible. And if you haven't done already, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to get the content first, make sure you've slapped that bell button. And if you do stick around to the end of the video, I will be announcing a giveaway in regards to tomorrow's Blockdown VR conference, and you definitely don't want to miss that. 3 days gone on our weekly candle, and as you can see, we are still trading within the support and resistance lines that we focused on in previous videos. We have seen this candle go down and test the support area and bounce successfully, so we're yet to see a significant break. And as you can see, even though we are seeing a red candle of volume down here, it is still decreasing, which would suggest that we're yet to see a decisive break here on the weekly chart. There is something I want to show you here on the 3-hour Bitcoin chart, which I think might be of use, certainly something to be aware of. It's not a particularly bullish signal, in fact it would be quite bearish, but I do need to bring it to your attention because it's something that I've noticed. We are seeing our stochastic RSI here roll over to potentially form a bearish cross, and it has actually just crossed, as you can see, but then nothing significant just yet, and it is a live indicator. So if this candle with 2 days and 7 hours left on it was to go nice and green and bullish, it would probably reject this cross. But the reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because of the previous times that we saw the stochastic RSI fall from the 60 to 80 zone. So we've got this box drawn here from the 60 to 80 zone, and you can see we had one drop back here on the 9th of November 2018, which saw us drop off 51% down to the bottom of that drop. That was quite a drastically fast and volatile drop in comparison to this second one on the 27th of June 2019, where we crossed down. But again, this did drop down 52% by the time it finally hit the bottom. It's just in this case, it took quite a bit longer than it did back in 2018. So with this stochastic RSI here on the 3-day crossing over, I wonder, are we about to see a sell-off? 50% would be rather volatile and significant, but with the market conditions as they are at the moment, you can imagine that potentially if we saw the stock markets begin to decrease again, perhaps people might start panic selling assets, and that could maybe lead to a decrease like that. Let's hope not. I'm not pushing that by any stretch. I mean, of course it would present brilliant buying opportunities for Bitcoin, but ideally, from a personal and selfish perspective, I don't really want to see it decrease 50% in price. But we'll have to wait and see if there's going to be any significance to this. By the time I do my next video over the weekend, we'll have seen this 2-day and 7 hours pass, and we'll be able to see if we did get this negative bearish cross here on the stochastic RSI. I do want to point out, just as a little caveat to that we have seen 60 active support a couple of times, but going back in history, it is just a couple of times, and usually once the price has broken out above 80 and it comes back down through the 80, it finds 60 as support. But you know, we haven't broken that 80 zone. We're being rejected here in this box. So let's keep an eye on this, and let's keep an eye on Bitcoin. We'll go down to the 4-hour chart now, where I want to show you this descending channel we're trading in at the moment. Now, this is another chart that's going to look familiar if you've been watching the previous videos. It's the 2 wedges with our support areas for in case we drop down highlighted. I'll zoom back in now, and what I want to show you is, since we've broken down from this falling wedge, we've been traveling very much within this channel. You can see Bitcoin has tested the top end and the bottom end of this on several occasions. This is going to be quite decisive. Once we break out of this channel, we're going to be much clearer on the direction that we're going to be traveling in for the midterm. I was focusing in Monday's video on this tightening area we had here between this long-term wedge resistance and the support at 6,715, and we broke out of the resistance once again, as we did here, got rejected at the top end of the channel. We've come back down and found support back on the 6,715 area, and we're now testing that resistance once again. This could be interesting. Maybe a third break of this could be the thing that leads us to break the top of this channel, but my personal sentiment is still bearish until we cross this purple line on the weekly chart that I've had highlighted for quite a while now. So even if we do break up to the upside here, I'm thinking this channel is going to be really hard to break. I'm going to start paying particular positive attention to it if we do get outside of this box. But what really matters to me, as I keep saying, is this line here at about 7,004 to 7,600. It's trending upwards on the weekly chart, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. At the moment it's about 7.5, and it corresponds with the 20 exponential moving average on the weekly as well. Next up, I really briefly want to show you how not always is news and price action correlated. I'm going to do this demonstration using oil. This is US oil. Now, again, this is a chart that probably looks familiar to you. We've got this huge support line from the monthly formation that we've got drawn out here, stretching all the way back to 2008. And we are currently once again back below this long-term support. Now, there was a fantastic trade set up here previously. We focused on this Adam and Eve bottom here that then broke up through the resistance, well, support turn resistance line here, and there was a huge increase. I think it was about 25% over a couple of days here for oil, which was quite significant. But we've come all the way back down with some real volatility candles in here, but we're back down now. Interestingly, just do want to pop this line on here just to show you that we did actually set just slightly a lower low, and it is just slightly lower low, but it has dropped to a lower point. But the point that I'm trying to get at here is, let's jump over now to the New York Times website here, where we've got this news story from, I think, 2 days ago, the 12th of April, so 3 days ago now. Oil nations prodded by Trump reached deal to slash production. Now, this is lauded as a fantastic deal that was going to rescue the oil markets and stop the war on the oil price by reducing the output of oil by 9.7 million barrels a day. How different is that to how we control the supply of Bitcoin? Now, just as a point there, like, this is crazy, isn't it, that these guys are making these agreements of how much of an asset to supply to be able to control, and save the price or whatever. But with Bitcoin, we know that's not going to happen. We know that the mining reward is going to reduce over time, and we've got a halving approaching very closely. But it's very different to how these guys sort of sit down around a table and can use this as a geopolitical tool. But the point I'm trying to get at here is that we've got this really potentially should be bullish news story coming out 3 days ago, and there's just no correlation in the price action at all. I wonder, what's going on here. You'd have thought that perhaps this is the 12th of April here. You can see, look, and we just have continuously dropped off since then. So there's been no positive reaction in the oil price to this news story. To finalise the technical analysis today, I just want to recap over our 3 altcoins to watch. Obviously, if you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. From Monday, we focused on Link, Quant, and Ethereum, and I just want to, one by one, quickly recap to show you how they've developed as the week's gone on. And we'll start here with Link. And we were looking at this 4-hour rising wedge pattern that you can see here, and we've broken down through it. Found support at previous resistance. You can see here we've got the double top hit, the 2 candles forming our resistance there, broke through it, acted as support on several occasions, and we're back here as support. The line is at 46,000. So it's going to be really important to see if this holds at this point. If it doesn't and we break down further, I've got this next really significant support at 42,000. That's the bottom of the wedge, which could potentially be set as a relatively good target. And then, if you break down through that, then we're going to see some of these really impressive gains start to draw off really quickly, but it is seeing support at the moment. Let's just pop our 20 and 50 exponential moving averages on, because now we've entered the exponential moving average ribbon, we could potentially be looking for this 50 EMA at the bottom here to act as our support. So there's another area to keep a focus on there for you Link Marines, and that's at 45,500-ish. Obviously, again, it's a live indicator, so as we add more candles, this 50 exponential moving average isn't going to stay at the same price. Next up is Quant, and we were taking a look at this potential bull flag formation that had formed. We identified that the 38.2% area on the Fibonacci retracement tool was definitely going to be worth looking on as a support level. We saw that act as support there, and we broke the upper resistance line of the flag. So I think it was about a 20% increase on that. Let's just quickly put a measurement tool there in place. So from the break of the resistance, it was a 20% move, or just under 20% move. We've come back down. Interestingly, seeing our 23.6% act as our support now. So let's see if we can stay above this. The closes have respected it relatively well so far, and it could be an indication that we're going to go back up and test our previous highs. And if we break that, then we can expect to see even further gains. But let's first, so these are our two areas to focus on at the moment. We've got our top up here at 80,000, and we've got our potential support here at 68,000. The final of the three altcoins to watch this week is Ethereum, and things are shaping up quite nicely there on the Ethereum chart. Here we are again on that 3-day that we've been focusing on, and you can see that we continue to stay above the exponential moving average ribbon. What I wanted to show you, the main focus for today, is here on the daily chart. You can see that we've set ourselves a local top here in this previous move back on the 9th of April at around 0.0235 level, and you can see that we've got the previous high there. This candle today is showing a little bit of upwards movement. We're on low volume. If we break through this previous level here, this white line, I would expect to see that volume start to really follow through, and we might start to see this potentially even play out a bit like a bull flag, although it's got quite a long flag structure. But you could, if we do break this upper neckline, it's the same result. It's still going to see another move up. If we wanted to set a couple of targets here, I'd look for some significant areas of support and resistance, and the first one that it's going to have to tackle is here at 0.0245, and you can see that we have support. We just broke it, but still closed above it as support. Once again, managed to just get the close above, and then we've seen it even act as resistance on the way back down again. So if we can get above this 0.023, then let's see if we can get above that 0.0245. And then again, like I said, Ethereum looking quite bullish here, and we almost have our exponential moving average ribbon cross. And if we can keep seeing the price stay supported above that, then we recognize that we are in an uptrend, just like we were back here. And interestingly, the last time we crossed over there, the price crossed the exponential moving average ribbon at the same time as the cross, which isn't exactly what's happening on this occasion, but we do still have the positive crossover, and we saw a 50% run from that cross whilst price respected the 20 exponential moving average. So really good to see that for Ethereum. I mentioned at the beginning of the video we were doing a giveaway today, and here it is. You can see over on Altcoin Buzz.io Twitter, we have announced that we will be giving away a free ticket to the Blockdown Conference 2020, which is tomorrow and Friday, to 5 lucky winners. All you need to do is follow us on Altcoin Buzz.io, retweet, like and comment on the post, and you might be one of the lucky people to get a free ticket. We will be in attendance, us from Altcoin Buzz. We have a booth there, so make sure to come and get involved. If you want to learn a little bit more about that conference, you can come over here to altcoinbuzz.io, our website, and find this post meet the blockchain mavens at Blockdown, and you can come on here and learn a little bit more about what the Blockdown Conference 2020 is all about. Some of the people who are going to be there, we've got CZ from Binance, some Eric Vorhaus from Shapeshift. There's some really good people here. I even saw that Akon is going to be one of the speakers. Obviously, Akon's recently announced the release of A coin, so it's going to be really interesting to see what he has to say. But just to make this a little bit more enticing for you, Altcoin Buzz has an exclusive community discount code, so come and have a look at this. It's a 20% community discount, so if you come over to this website, obviously you can enter our giveaway, but if you want to guarantee yourself a ticket, regardless, you can come over to our website and we're giving away this 20% discount. That's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you've really enjoyed it. If you have done, please slap a like on the video. It helps us get the content to more people. And I'll be back later on in the week for another market update, and we can see how things have played out. Stay safe out there, guys. Take care. Bye.